Welcome back to the channel, and today I bring you the Mother of Dragons expansion. So in my previous video I brought the base game, the Game of Thrones, the board game, base game. Now I'll bring you the expansion here, Mother of Dragons, that introduces the powerful House Targaryen. Backed by their fearsome dragons, this once proud family must use every weapon at their disposal to scratch and claw their way across the narrow sea and into power. Okay, cool. So it also includes another house, which I think it's House Arryn, that it is. Yeah, this expansion provides a number of exciting new options, including the playable House Arryn and the new board, which I'm super curious to understand how this works. It also includes dragons, dragon units. Wow, yeah, you'll need to somehow fly around. So let's see what is inside the Mother of Dragons. Yeah, I'm curious because I've played the base game. I know how the dynamics work in order for you to conquer the map. Well, I don't know how it totally works, but I understand that everything is balanced a little bit. Although some people may say not. It's balanced, right, within the map. So bringing an extra map, how does that fit the normal game? Let's take a look. And I'm noticing the game becomes playable up to 8 players. That sounds like the most chaotic thing you should do in your life, or you should not. 8 players to play this game at the same time. That sounds like a crazy thing. That definitely I would like to experiment one day if possible. Okay, so yeah, there's some publicity here for Game of Thrones from Catan Game of Thrones, the card game. No, that's not the card. This is the card game. Yeah, because this one are the small expansions, which I'll bring next to the channel. There's also a catalog here. We shall just scroll a bit faster. I love these things. I know some of you also do. Okay, so the box is filled up to the top. And there's the manual. Oh, there's the Fort Westeros deck. The new house cards, the units, some overlays. Okay. Mother of Dragons setup, so that's what we were looking for. Replace all of the setup instructions found on, and okay, so follow these instructions here. Determine player and vassal houses. Player and vassal houses. What is a vassal house? Okay. The vassal will be like secondary NPCs or something. Okay. There's the Fort Westeros deck. If you're playing with House Targaryen, also shuffle Westeros card level 4 and place it face down next to the Westeros 3 deck. Okay, so include something next to that. Okay, the Essos board. So the Essos board featured in this expansion extends the playable space by adding multiple new sea and land areas to the game. When playing with this board, all houses are free to move from any of the sea areas, in the Westeros, to adjacent sea areas in Essos. Okay, so you can go there just by going. While Essos sideboard is in play, any rule that refers to the game board refers both to both. Okay, is used only if one of the players is playing Targaryen. If no player is playing Targaryen, Essos is out. And the Iron Bank components are out as well. Okay. So here are the new actions for the vassal. The vassal mechanic here. There it is, choosing a vassal. At the start of each playing phase, each vassal marker is placed near the Iron Throne track. Okay. So it uses it here. Vassal mechanics. House Targaryen. Okay. The Iron Bank of Braavos. So you can purchase money now. There's a bank. This free city of Braavos claims one of the most powerful institutions known is the Iron Bank. Okay. So a few additions here. Let's see then the components. We have the screens for these new houses, which is House Targaryen. That we see the setup is it should be on the new board. Then we have House Arryn, which has a setup, normal setup there. Many tokens from the new houses. For the old ones, must be the vassals that we've seen there. Okay, those overlays, more tokens. I need to punch everything out. Oh, I definitely want to open this to see the new board, so let me get some space here. And also we have the cards. More cards. And, oh, the plastic figures. Okay, so we'll get there. Let's see if we can see then the board, the new board. Let me try to open using just my nail. We can see mentioned there Iron Bank. Oh, it's one row. One row. Let's see. Okay, so we have the dragon strength. It will measure the number of dragons you have. So there's a different playability here. Different mechanic with the dragons. The Orange Shore. There's a port here, Volantis. Probably where one of the houses. No, Pentos. There it is. Pentos. There is. I'm gonna put the board below camera. Just for us to go there. Go to Pentos. Bay of Pentos. So this is the home world of the Targaryen. Okay. It sounds like you can have your easy life here because you will be expanding, controlling one stronghold, two, at least three. But in order to win, you need to move away from here. Yeah. You need to move away. I can only count three fortresses. So you need to go to the mainland in order to win the game. And then up there, this is so big, the boards of this game, you have the Iron Bank, where you'll be able to do stuff with the Iron Bank. That's the board. Nothing on the other side, just confirming. Okay. Then we have House Arryn units, which are the same but in blue. And now we have here something that I need to understand. I want to understand how it works, which are the Targaryen units, including dragons. So we can see that they have boats, footmen. Oh, I love the color. It looks so good. This purple looks so good. Knights. Are there catapults here? I don't think so. I don't see any catapults. Yeah, there's no catapults. But then there are 1, 2, 3. Instead of catapults, you have the dragons. The dragons. Look how cool they are. So cool. And let's try to understand better what these dragons are. Let's see the dragons. The House Targaryen has 3 dragon units that are unlike any other units in the game. They are extremely mobile and grow in strength. They grow in strength. That's why we had the strength bar. They grow in strength. Dragons are rare creatures, cannot be mustered like regular units. Instead, they are in play for the beginning of the game. However, the uniqueness of these majestic creatures is also their greatest flaw. Should the dragon unit be destroyed for any reason, it's permanently removed from the game and it cannot be mustered or brought back. Each dragon is a single land unit that must adhere to rules of supply. Dragons can be involved in combat as attackers, defenders, or supporters following normal rules. The current strength of each dragon unit is represented by the total number of dragon strength tokens in the dragon strength token box. Because there are no strength tokens in the dragon strength box, each dragon has common strength of 0. When the round marker advances to a position on the round tracker that contains a dragon, we need to set up this. They become stronger. Yeah, the token. So yeah, you start the setup by placing like five strength tokens, and then you just, when you would arrive at that stage, you put the dragon token here, and they become stronger. Okay, and then they can fly. They can fly and attack at a distance. So cool. Makes sense. Makes sense. So they grow. They grow. They start very young, like in the TV series. They are like younglings, baby dragons, and then by the end of the series, they were super powerful. One of them even died, right, and became a zombie dragon. Okay, then we also have some bank cards here, and then we have the Westeros 4 deck and the other decks. Okay, Westeros 4. Some different cards here. So Targaryen and Arryn. Let's start with House Arryn. We have Robert Arryn. Is that a boy? Robert? Looks like a girl. No, that's not long hair. That's like the clothes he's wearing or something. If you are defending after combat, you may remove Robert Arryn and your lowest strength house card in your opponent's discard pile from the game. Okay, so you sacrifice Robert to take out from your adversary the most powerful card he has. Anya Waynwood. One of strength. If you win this combat, you and all other players who supported you each gain 3 power tokens. Okay, so you can ask people to join. Godric Borrell. If you are defending in the sea area, this card gains +1 combat strength for each land area you control adjacent to the battle area. There's a bit lack of charisma here with this faction. Sir Vardis Edgen. If the printed combat strength of your opponent house card is 2 or less, this card gets +1 combat strength and 2 fortification icons. So if he faces a big guy... Harry Harding. Bronze Your Royce. Whoa, lots of defense. Big number there. Lisa Arryn. I remember this one. If you have a defense order token in the battle area and you win this combat, you may choose to return this card to your hand instead of discarding it. That's it. Okay. Not my top 5 for sure. For some reason we have lots of Targaryen cards. It's something strange. Why do we have so many Targaryen cards? The deck, normally it's just 7, but we have... Why is that? Why is that? Let's see if I can find the reason for that here. Choose and reveal a house. No. House Targaryen, Pentos. No, I don't see it. Maybe I need to have a deeper reading on it. But yeah, look. So many cards they have. Sounds strange. But I need to look at the rules with more carefulness to understand why this is happening. So we have Illyriumopathies. After combat, gain a number of power tokens equal to the difference of the final combat strength. Then, if you have 5 or more available power tokens, remove this guy from the game. In order for him to not come back. There's Daenerys Targaryen. If the battle area contains a dragon, this game gets +2. Oh, I see that there's a deck A now and a deck B. A and B. So let's separate. Let's separate deck A and B. Why would that be? Maybe there are different stages in the game, so there's still Viserys here. You may discard. This artwork is the same as the card game. They are just reutilizing the same artwork. You may discard the house card from your hand and to add its printed combat strength to your combat strength. If you lose this combat, you remove Viserys from the game. Sharrow, Show, and Daxos. If you have more ships in the embattlement area than your opponent, each of your ships in the embattlement area gains 2 of strength. Sir Jorah Mormont. Arstan, Whitebeard. Khal Drogo, yeah, so this is the beginning of the game, indeed. This card, at the beginning of the TV series, this card gains 1 sword icon and 1 strength for each of your knights in the embattlement area. After combat, you remove Khal Drogo from the game. So these are like, once you can only use those once. And then later in the game, you already have, later in the story, you have Missandei. If you lose this combat by 2 or less, you may return any other house card from the discard pile to your hand. Rakaro. If the embattlement area is a land area that does not contain a stronghold or a castle, each of your knights in the battle area adds +4 of strength. What? Captain Grolio. If you are attacking a land area by using ship transport, this card gets +1 of combat strength for each Targaryen ship. They play a lot with the units. Strong Belwas. There's Grey Worm. Dario Naharis. Potential boyfriend. And now Daenerys Targaryen, but the strong version. After combat, if your opponent must discard a number of their available power tokens equal to the difference of the final combat strength. Okay. Deck A and Deck B. Then we have these cards, which is the vassal setup. If you play with the vassals, so you can have the Targaryen cannot be vassals, only the others. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we have, what is this? These guys. Who are these guys? I recognize some of them as being the characters. Vassal house cards. Vassal house cards. So they belong to... No, I don't think they belong to anything. But these are characters like Varys. After combat, move this vassal to the top of the fiefdom influence track. Jaqen H'ghar. Cancel your opponent's chosen house card and return to your hand. Then randomly choose a house card from their hand and reveal their chosen card. Syrio Forel, the guy that trains Arya. If this vassal is defending, the combat strength of all non-vassals footmen is reduced to 0. Janos, a killer guy. Jon Connington. I don't know who he is. Beric Dondarrion. And Bronn. I recognize this name, Bronn. Who was Bronn? I think I recognize him. After you reveal all cards, your opponent may choose to discard 2 of their available power tokens to reduce his combat strength to 0. The only thing left here would be the Westeros 4 deck. So let me see if I can understand how this is read. So there's the map, the normal map. Some areas here are highlighted. And it says a Targaryen player may discard 1 power token to choose up to 4 other houses. Place 1 loyalty token on the areas of those houses. Okay, so those are the starting locations, right? Those are the starting locations. Loyalty tokens. Storm's End and then Croc Plot Point, 3 towers. Okay, because that's that place. In turn order, each player moves a loyalty token to an adjacent area. The Targaryen player must cancel each movement as it happens by discarding 2 power. May cancel by discarding 2 power tokens. Scattering Descent. In reverse turn order, each player moves a loyalty token to an adjacent area, if able. The Targaryen player may cancel each movement as it happens by discarding 1 power token. The Targaryen player may discard power tokens equal to their current position on the victory track to place 1 loyalty token on 2 different land areas they do not control or adjacent to a river. The Targaryen player may discard 1 power token to choose 1 uncontrolled land area, and 1 other player place 1 loyalty token and 1 unit from the chosen player in the chosen area. Okay, it's more or the same. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what to say because I've never tried this, but this is giving the Targaryen some extra power here. Lots of things that they could do. Okay, that's it. Cool. So yeah, the good thing is I think everything goes can fit inside the base game. So that's good news, and I'll try to do that. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video to the point that you consider leaving a like and consider subscribing. I will bring more Game of Thrones board game content to the channel, the next videos, but I also have a playlist dedicated to the Game of Thrones card game, if you are a big Game of Thrones fan. If not, there's also content for other board games in general, and all the major card games out there, including some interviews that I'm calling table talks, when I'm meeting people, playing games, and talking about their lives, what's happening on their lives. So I truly believe you'll find interesting content in the channel to consider subscribing and be part of this community. Thank you very much. I see you on the next one. Goodbye.